Thanks for staying with us. The AFL, what's happening there? We need to get to the review. You going okay there, mate? What are you eating?
Just finishing some nice yogurt.
Where do you get that from, mate? Where's that yogurt from?
It's
part of the new Fluorio milk. Koster, who's joined us, just happened to bring in some yogurt, especially.
It was lovely, mate. It was lovely.
It was well, it was actually the new yogurt. It's Indigenous yogurt, and it's
Daniel Motlop's mob, isn't it?
It certainly is. Yeah, we've actually joined with Something Wild, the Motlop family. So it's been around for a month now, and it's going really, really quite well.
It's very nice. Fluorio Milk Company get involved with Indigenous yogurt, mate?
Well, it started, we've actually got a stall in the market.
Yep.
And Daniel has a stall in the market as well. We sort of ran into each other and he said, have you actually know that the Kakadu plum has unbelievable health benefits for you? You should put it in your yogurt. And so that happened about 2 years ago. Yep. And it's just gone on from there. We sort of worked on it and it's been in the process and now
it's very nice.
All right, we'd like to give more plugs to Fluorio Milk, but we need to get down to the AFL, mate. Now, before we get to the teams, a couple of things. Simon Goodwin signed a 3-year contract at the start of the season. He's got Melbourne in the preliminary final last year. They've lost their first couple of games. He's now under siege. It is just a brutal game, AFL footy, isn't it?
Extremely brutal. And I suppose the way it stops at the top, doesn't it?
Yep.
They get paid good money.
The expectations are up.
They are.
Round 2.
It is round 2. It's interesting. But do you know what? I think you get paid the big dollars. You're in that environment. You have to learn to brace that and deal with it.
What about Johnny Worsfold there, mate? Your ex-team, Essendon, mate. What are you hearing at Essendon,
another
mate?
team already, you know, so...
Well, isn't it interesting how they did a great job last year towards the end?
They ran home well, but 6 out of 9, I reckon, they did
and
the last
now they've
group.
started pretty average. And if you actually watch some of their footage, what about the young fella, not to put him in it, but running away from a contest? Who does that? Like, what athlete actually does that? You say focused all the time, I would have thought.
Are they under a bit more criticism because of the effort? I mean, you can live with Melbourne because they're not playing well, but their effort's okay. But the criticism of Essendon has been, no, mate, you're an Essendon boy, so you need to get involved here, that their effort isn't good enough. Is that a fair criticism or not?
I think so. And like I said, it's round 2. It's an interesting whole season thus far. But round 2 effort, they've got a great side on paper, so it's just something's not
Is football getting too complicated?
Yep.
I mean, there was an incident, I think that's what you might have been referring to, when the ball was going towards the boundary line and one Essendon player went off. And the other Essendon player, I think he was saying, well, I have to go off when he goes off. And the ball hadn't crossed the line, so the St Kilda player picked it up and he ran and had a shot for goal. I'm not sure if he that was just bizarre, but to me, that's sort of becoming football today.
It is.
It's a bit robotic and...
Well, I think so. I was only involved a little bit last year with the reserves in the SNFL side of things with Glenelg, and even there, you got 5 minutes, you're off. It's the rotations, and you've got to actually stick to them because it's all done by the SNFL. And if you go over or go under, going under is good. If you're over, you're in trouble. So I think it's got too complicated footy for sure.
Hey, give us a quick review, Camille. What do you think this year of the rule changes?
I don't mind the 666. I think it's actually quite good. It takes it back to, I suppose, a bit of yesteryear and a contest. It's only for the bounce, though. You can always do things
I know, you can sprint down and block, really,
I don't know about the kick-in from behind.
Kick out,
I think you still need to actually kick it to yourself because it doesn't create any error in front of goal. Like, the guy can just take off 10 metres, gets a massive distance without having any pressure on him.
It's part of our game from the inception. The goal square, umpire does the flag, then he gets to kick out. Now, I know time is money in the TV world, but to lose that square, I just honestly can't believe it. And I just think...
You think they're messing around with the tradition of the game?
The real tradition. I mean, I can understand the 666 and yet they brought a line across the circle so the ruckman then don't have to, go and bull the gate at each other, protect the ruckman. But I just don't really understand that rule, and then to implement it right through the football world. I think it's getting to a stage now you need two heads of football. One to look after the AFL, and the AFL, the TV AFL, and the one to look after everything from your state league right down to your junior football. Because I know there's clubs and associations banging their heads together saying, how are we going to put those rules that might be fine for TV, it might be fine for people who've got 20 volunteers, but how does that work for my little club at Ardrossan? That's only got sort of 2 volunteers, and sometimes they get a boundary umpire, and sometimes they might be able to get someone to help the training. The game from the top to the rest is becoming. It's becoming I think, a different game.
Okay, let's get to these games that are coming up, mate. Obviously, we can't talk about what happened last night, but tonight, Melbourne in 18th, Essendon in 17th. One coach is under a fair bit of pressure after this game.
Yeah, look, my tips haven't been great for the last 2 weeks, but...
How could they be? Really?
But, you know what? I'm going to stick with Essendon. I thought they finished off well last year, and I'm sticking with Essendon purely because Melbourne last week got absolutely spanked by Geelong.
Yep.
And then, obviously, round one, Port did a good job on them as well. So... I'm going Essendon. I don't reckon they're far away from turning the corner.
Right.
Yeah, I'm the same. I think the Bombers, I was so disappointed round one. They're a much better side than they're showing.
Yep.
And, you know, we know sometimes it takes a couple of weeks. It is only round two. I think they'll get their
Give them a couple of weeks. All right. Saturday, Carlton are in 15th, Sydney in 14th. They're up at Marvel Stadium. Before we get to that, can Sydney make the 8th this year? I sense that they might not.
You know, the stats say that if you actually lose your first two, you're really battling to make finals.
Yep.
I would never have thought that, but they look like they're in big trouble. There's only one guy kicking goals for them.
Yep.
I think I don't know, they look slower. They don't. Got to change your game plan, I reckon.
Yeah.
Don't be so defensive.
Sydney or Carlton?
I'm going Carlton.
Carlton.
I was pretty impressed with Carlton last week. I thought they really took it up. It was only the last sort of 15 minutes that Port sort of got control of the game. But yeah, it was a really enjoyable game, and Carlton were a lot better than I actually thought they were. I'm going for Carlton.
Carlton. Okay. Well, we've got to rush through this now because we're running out of time. Just quickly, boys. GWS versus Richmond.
I'm going GWS. I reckon Richmond are going to be in big trouble with Rance and.
I'm the same.
GWS. All right. Lions versus the Power. Second versus third.
Look, I'm going Brisbane.
At the Gabba.
Definitely Brisbane. They're on the up.
I'm going Power.
Power. All right. Collingwood versus the Eagles. MCG.
I'm going Collingwood, which hurts me to say that Collingwood.
Me too.
All right, hurts both of you, does it? All right. Sunday, the Bulldogs play against the Suns at Marvel.
Bulldogs have been impressive the last couple of weeks, but I'm actually going to go the Suns.
You're going the Suns?
I'm going Bulldogs. They always seem to find a way to win.
Last one, boys, because we're getting the big wind-up here. Hawthorn v North Melbourne.
I'm going Hawks. North are done.
Yep, Hawks. Yep.
Oh, Kimmy, always enjoy you coming in,
Before
mate.
we go.
Yes, quickly.
Why am I sitting so low? Is this the pecking order of where we're at? Or what is going on here?
I set that seat up for you.
What is going on here?
I think it's just natural side. We need to get to a break. Just ignore Kimmy Coster right now. Appreciate you coming in. Stay with us. Still a bit more before we finish up.
I just can't believe it.